Hello, check out the view. Okay, so this video, I want to talk about hard decisions. I want to talk about forks in the road. I want to talk about letting go, or knowing when it's time to let go, and knowing when it's time for a dream to evolve. As of late, if you've watched, you've noticed, I haven't really been probably the most positive person on YouTube. This is a safe assumption to make, right? And going through some things on my private life, and yeah, no matter how bad things get, though, I see this view, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Is it the mountains? No. Is it the ocean? Is it the snow? Is it the jungle? No. But it is something that I achieved. For whatever it's worth, for how long it's worth, it is something I achieved. I want to talk about careers, friendships, relationships. Also, aspirations. So we're going to focus on those four things, and I'll try to be more serious, and I'll try to stay on topic, okay? So I think the most important thing to remember is something is not beautiful because it lasts. It's the fact that it's finite that gives it value. Now there is few exceptions from that, be it friendship, be it the love of a family member. But even then, you value your time on this earth with them because you know that one day it'll be gone. Those memories. The same applies. The same applies, I believe, with a lover, with a dream. I am somebody who is hopefully optimistic. I see I see the world very simplest and very simplistic. Probably saying that wrong. A very simplified. There we go. Way, which is do or do not. There is no try. To quote Yoda, if I want something, I'm gonna go for it. If I fail, so be it. I'm gonna go for it. If I don't want it, then I'm gonna walk away. Now, I know what you're thinking, what I'd be thinking. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. You ever thought about just taking everything you have and just to see if you have the moral convictions to do it and just leaving it all behind? Not in the case of like what I did when I left everything I owned in America and just traveled to the other side of the world. But I'm talking about, for example, just grab your journals, grab your books, grab your favorite, I don't know, painting, grab the rug because it completes the room. That's a movie quote from the dude. And just let the rest burn. It could be metaphorically, it could be symbolic. You don't literally have to burn, but there's going to be a big change in my life. Year 5 requires a change. One of them is, and I've been kind of hinting towards that, which is that I've really come to understand and appreciate and feel the weight of responsibility and regret for all the time that's passed with all my loved ones. That's one. Two is that revenge and anger and hate is useful. It got me very far. So, for example, all these people who hurt me along my way in my dreams, even though in the big picture of things I've been hurt a lot worse by other people, it's just easy for me to latch on to somebody and use them as a as a fuel to throw on that fire, which is that rage that I just keep inside, that anger that's just boiling underneath the surface, that pride. You could say misplaced, but it is pride that gets me out of bed and will keep fighting and fighting and fighting. There is no giving up. One of the hardest situations in life, I think, is when you get to a point where you know that no matter what decision you make, no matter what you do, there's gonna be sadness. There's gonna be pain. There, no matter what chess piece you move, you are gonna lose one. Okay. It's kind of like, right? Say a good analogy would be, yeah, you're gonna take that rook, but you're gonna lose your queen. Or you're riding your motorcycle one day, deer jumps in front of you, or here in Vietnam, we'll say a buffalo's walking in the middle of the road, and it's either go head first into that buffalo and make some hamburger, or you lay the bike down, and then you're taking it back to the shop to get painted, which sucks. There's no good solutions sometimes. I often wonder, is backtracking a good thing? Should you backtrack? For example, I've been soul searching. I've been on the move. If you haven't noticed, this ain't Lao Kai right here that I'm presently at. But I've been, going from spot to spot trying to find some meaning. And it's a big world. It's a big world. And my appetite for adventure, for soul searching, for spirituality, for healing it's there. I am open. If there's a God or higher power, or if there's centering of myself, or if there's Zen, finding Zen or Buddha or whatever, I'm open to whoever will listen. If not even through religion, then just finding inner peace in myself. I channel pain through the prism of comedy. I channel sadness through the prism of humor and sarcasm. And I channel regrets and anger and hate through the prism of motivation. But that can only get you so far. The rest of the way, you just gotta take. Any of you out there, if you are in the comments, do me a favor. Any of you guys, Rangers or Airborne, Any of you guys jumped out of planes? If you like, you know you can't hesitate, right? You're gonna get the guy behind you is gonna shove you, or your sarge is gonna shove you, or you know whoever. Yeah. When it's your turn, when that light turns green, you jump, right? Had a lot of friends who were airborne. I'd hear the stories. Um, and for any Navy guys, remember back in boot when you had to make the boot camp, when you had to make the jump from the big tower, and yeah, you get up there and there's a chief screaming at you and a petty officer, jump, Maggot, jump, and you got maybe 3 seconds to contemplate your decisions in life. And if you don't jump, they're gonna push you and you're gonna fall. And it's all it is probably, I don't know, 15 feet, 20 feet maybe, I don't know. This was 20 years ago, but the Marines, Super 5 brothers, the Crucible, getting through that last hump. Maybe it's a 20-mile hump, full gear, full rucksack, in the Camp Pendleton. And so you got that heat, that desert heat just baking you, and you just one foot after another. Your foot's blistered. You're just watching the guy in front of you. You're walking a columns of two, and your back hurts, your mind hurts, you're thirsty. And you know that gunny, he's walking 10, 20 paces back with the white glove. And if he touches you, you flunk out. You're a flunky. You're going out to fleet. You're no corpsman for you. No more, or no infantry for you, or whatever. Yeah. I imagine I don't have much experience or know many people in the Coast Guard, but I know Coast Guard. I have a lot of respect for them. We call it, the Navy calls them puddle pirates, but those guys actually see some action dealing with the cartels and all that. So I shout out to the Coast Guard and shout out to the Air Force. A lot of love for the Air Force. Very overlooked, but very like it's definitely the most funded and most comfortable. Um, and it has some very unique things. Like if you want to go into space, NASA and all that kind of stuff, a lot of space. Yeah, what is that? A Space Force or whatever. Air Force. Yeah, just a little nugget of information for any of you aspiring youngsters wondering, hey, you ever thought about going into space? Maybe the Air Force. Anyways, going off topic. What I want to say is I always remember these moments. This time, though, I am filming it just to see if I replay it maybe 20 times. If I maybe hear myself say something, that I'll catch something. Maybe I'll realize something. Maybe I will, or maybe you'll in the comments give me some advice. You come to a fork in the road, but say that fork in the road is there's 5 different pathways. Say there's 20 pathways. Say that this whole world, any direction I want. But it comes with the fear of change, which is not easy. 2, end of a chapter, which I know is important, but is never easy and is always scary. 3, saying goodbye to people you love or care about, which I am so tired of saying goodbye to people I love and care about. I still miss all the people from the first school I worked at, I miss people from back when I was in college, my professor, I miss my family, my grandma, parents, like just jobs. I've done it all. I've had if you name it, I've probably had this job. Hotels, all the way to hospitals, all the way to call centers, all the way to installing light bulbs to building houses and doing woodworking. Like you name it, I probably have done it. To being a teacher, who would have thought? On the other side of the world. I do believe that people. Let's go to the hard one, okay? You know, I think I've kind of went off point, but people, people come, people go in your life for a reason, to either help you through a bad chapter or to break you and see if you can prevail. I don't really see much middle ground when it comes to that. People are either with you or against you. They're either in your way or they're there to, you know, ideally, you're just invisible and you just, but I don't feel invisible here. In this city of millions, coming from small rural villages where I'm at right now, which I could leave anytime I want. It's not like I'm trapped here. I'm just pushing myself, challenging myself because stagnation and leads to, anyways, I feel that I've lost the greatest thing that I had, which was peace of mind and just peace of an area to go to think, to write, to make these videos, to contemplate. And I lost that, and I keep trying. Like, watch my video yesterday as I was eating that sushi. How many times I had to hesitate because, you know, granted, people doing their jobs, okay, but another person's on a bicycle making loops. Maybe it's all in my mind. I, you know, I want to be positive. I'm staying positive. A lot of people probably think that I am a cautionary tale of what happens when you go to the other side of the world, and that you'll end up like me and this guy who's having this existential crisis sort of purpose and meaning. But there's a lot of factors you don't know about my history, about what I've seen, what I've done. You know, there's a lot of things I don't tell you guys. Let's just say that we got demons. But I hope that I don't come off that way. I hope that I come off a way that is authentic, that I'm not afraid to express to you that, hey, look, this is a bad chapter, this is a bad month, this is a bad week. Not all my YouTube videos could be sunshine and butterflies. Like sometimes I'm down. Sometimes I'm in the rut. Sometimes I just need someone to speak to. And you, the YouTuber, who watches me, are all I have right now. Ironically, a lot of you probably hate me, don't care about me. Some of you do, though, which I'm very grateful. Do I need you? No. It's just the idea that it's the illusion of speaking that helps, I think. Hard decisions come with a certain kind of pain, a uniquely kind of pain that is soul crushing, and it is life changing. For example, when I remember when I lost my first teaching job, um, here in Vietnam, right? I was terrified. I was scared. I was. They didn't pay me. They stole all the money. I guess this is not a good example, but just any of these jobs, right? Anytime something new that I don't have any experience or um, any easy, quick answers to. Like, hey, this is how I fix. This is what I'm supposed to do. Anytime that I have to go into the dark and just blind faith, wing it, and just don't give up, and just to make it through the next day, that is terrifying. And I feel that one of those is coming. And to what end, I don't know. But I want you to take from this, okay? These moments are going to happen in your life, no matter who you are. Don't hate me or don't feel sorry for me, and don't be discouraged because I'm just honest about it. That I admit to, hey, look, even if you're living your dream is going to have bad weeks. You might even have a bad month. You might even have a bad year. But at least you got some food in your belly, right? At least you got a roof over your head for the night, right? Might not be your roof, but you have a roof. Maybe the food you're eating is, street food. But hey, it's better than moldy bread. I I'm just gonna post this video even though I know it probably has no value. Maybe it does though. Maybe some of you are feeling what I'm feeling and understand what I'm trying to say. And if so, I salute you. Because it'd be so easy just to grab the bottle. Just to grab a bottle of Jack or beer or grab a J or whatever your vice is, right? Go to the casino, whatever. There's so many ways we could just numb out our problems. And yet to not do that, to actually face these problems with clarity, with conviction and strength, I salute you. And that is what I'm trying to do. And make no mistake, I always have an ace up my sleeve. So all of you that love to see people suffer and fail, don't worry. I land on my feet. I always land on my feet. Okay. I guess I just need some advice from any of you old timers out there. Old timers could be male, female. It could be any country, just anybody. How do you um, deal with doubts, self-doubt, fear of change, uh, setbacks, losing things that you've built, life that you built, people that you love, people that you care about? How do you deal with the inevitable, you know, failures of life that are not final, but are um, definitely something you can't ignore. You can't suppress this. You must face it, and you must face it with your head and your chin held high. You can't sleep it away. You can't drink it away. So I'm just curious. All you old timers, from whoever, whatever. What do? Do you go walk in the woods? Do you paint a picture? Do you make a YouTube video like I'm doing? Do you go for a motorcycle ride? I haven't done that in a while. Maybe that's what I need. It's just a nice long motorcycle ride. Alright. I appreciate y'all. And yeah. Stay tuned. Thank you. We'll see how this goes.